This is First Warning Weather.
Welcome back. Take a look outside here. The Watkins Glen Sky Cam. Temperatures starting to fall down through the 40s and 30s throughout the region. It didn't budge much from a couple of hours ago. We're on the 40 mark right now in Watkins Glen as well as Ithaca. But as we look at Corning, we're a little bit warmer, 41 there, and Bath, 43 towards Canisteo. But in a lot of areas in the northern tier, down into the 30s, 30, 39 in Wellsboro, 39 in Mansfield, 37 towards Towanda. As we get into the rest of the morning, temperature is going to get bounced back up into the upper 40s. A handful of us will get towards the 50 mark. Not all of us, though, will see that kind of warmth. Still a little bit of rain falling through parts of the Syracuse metro and a lot of snow up towards Watertown and into parts of the North Country. We've seen things quiet down significantly, but still a little bit of bands of moisture have been passing through. So maybe a few flurries making their way through parts of Tioga County on the New York side and moving on into Broome County here this evening. Rest of tomorrow looking like, again, 40s to start us off in the morning. Cloudy skies will give way to a little bit of sunshine, so we can at least get a little bit of sun here, a little bit of inhibition from some high pressure to the south, but that'll quickly clear out as we can expect more cloudy skies to take over later in the day on Monday. But you can see we do start out a little bit of that cloud cover. Few breaks here and there, but it stays gray and overcast going into the evening. Tuesday morning, we start to see some showers make their way back into the region. Bit of a break in the morning before they're becoming much more widespread, and some heavier bands of rain embedded here within this entire rain shield. So we got a lot more showers here coming in towards parts of Tuesday evening. So Tuesday, unfortunately, is looking a bit like a washout with those widespread showers. Whole lot of moisture moving through behind it, low pressure that is going to allow for front to pass through, and that will cool things down. We got all this rain here Wednesday afternoon, but as we get into Wednesday evening and then into Thursday morning, we'll start to see some snow potentially coming around for Thanksgiving holiday. Temperatures are looking like they're going to crater by about 20 degrees headed into the holiday. After a run of above average warmth, we're heading down to some below average chill into the second half of the week and into the weekend until we see a bit of a rebound to near average on Sunday. For your Thanksgiving holiday, though, we are not expecting snow to pretty much permeate the entire day, rather the late morning and the early afternoon. Temperatures will stay below that 40 mark, so on the chilly side, below average conditions, but we are still at least going to see a break from the snow. We can expect a few more flurries potentially coming around into parts of Friday. Here's that front, what we are tracking here as we go into parts of Wednesday and Thursday. We are going to see all that moisture get pushed forward into our region, pushed northeastward, I should say. But then that front comes in and we got a whole lot more snow potentially coming in there, but mostly going to be flurries here as we move closer and closer to the Thanksgiving holiday. For a 5-degree guarantee, we forecast a high of 47, and the 6-hour high came in, ended up being 47 at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. So we can have another $5 for our charity this month in the Arctic League. As we look ahead towards Monday, looking at 50 for a high. Most of us will at least get right around to that 50 mark, with a handful of us just below 50 degrees headed into tomorrow. Relatively calm conditions with a few peaks of sunshine. We can expect things to get a lot more cloudy as we head into Tuesday and into Wednesday. More or less some rain showers making up that first portion of the week. The second portion likely to see a few more snow flurries in towards Friday. Perhaps a wintry mix on Sunday after a brief break on Saturday, but you can see that cold weather sticking around towards next weekend.